Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're at Bikeshop Boksburg and have been given a challenge, an economy run. We have to choose 3 bikes from Bikeshop's massive assortment and then be frugal with our fuel usage. Obviously, we will need to be clever. Well,
I could have done the sensible thing and take this Honda NC750, renowned for its fuel economy, but Honda 750 it's an okay bike. I'm using the theory that I drive a 2-litre turbocharged sports car to work every day, and when I drive it nicely and keep it at the speed limit, I actually get better fuel economy than a bike. And then I've also got a fun car to drive when I get to the mountain passes. So that is why I have chosen this KTM 890 Duke. It's a parallel twin, so keep it to the speed limit. It will give me good fuel economy, and when I get to my final destination, I'll have a really fun track weapon, a carving, mountain pass carving weapon. This is the right choice. I don't know what the other guys have chosen, but they haven't chosen this. I've made the right choice.
for Glenn's choice, he went to the other branch of Bikeshop in Rivonia.
My choice for today, Suzuki Gixxer 150. Why? Smaller bikes use less fuel.
How could anyone argue with that? I've chosen this. It's a 2017 Triumph Rocket 3, 2.3 litres of British brute force. Now, hear me out. Years ago, Top Gear did this thing where they had a Toyota Prius, known for fuel economy, go around the track together with a BMW M3. And at the end, the M3 had used less fuel than the Prius, simply because the Prius was flat out everywhere and the M3 was using hardly any throttle. That's because it's got more torque. Now, when it comes to motorcycling, this is the king of torque. 225 Newton meters of the stuff. So while the others are all flat out everywhere, I'm going to be idling with no throttle whatsoever and running only on fumes. With our 3 bikes chosen, Bikeshop Boksburg drained the tanks on each of them and then put in just 5 litres of fuel each. They then tasked us to ride from the shop around 130 kilometers to the famous Full Hotel. And with that...
Look at these clowns. I don't know whether you can see them. That's a Triumph Rocket. This is an 890 Duke. I chose the sensible one. Let's see how we go.
So here we have the rose between the thorns, the correct bike for the day. And as soon as the green for go on the lights, we are going. There we go, and away we go. All going to be driving very nicely to be saving fuel.
Slightly worryingly, the 5 litres of fuel that they put in this tank have not registered on the fuel meter at all. That just means it's got a huge tank, that's all. Look at me, I'm idling. So let me just point out that the rules here are that we're supposed to more or less stick to the speed limit. So now I'm doing just under 60 kilometers an hour. The bike is doing 1,000 RPM. I'm in 5th gear doing 1,000 RPM. My throttle is 1 millimeter open at the moment. So yeah, we all kind of ride together. We all stick to more or less whatever the speed limit on that road is, and that's the idea.
At a careful pace, we set forth towards the distant town of Full. But first, we had to tackle the not-so-distant city of Boksburg.
Right, 61. We're going to stay at 60 kilometers an hour for as far as we can on these urban roads. Here comes a traffic light. So, experience dictates that every time there's a traffic light, that's what messes up your fuel consumption, because as you pull away, and it's a stop-start, you want to try and keep a constant speed, so we're going to try and time these as well, but there's just no way.
So this is kind of where we kill our fuel consumption, kill our fuel economy, and just get between the cars, and the traffic stop the whole time. I think where the 890 has the other advantage, it's the only bike with a quick shifter, which means I can keep constant fuel pressure or constant throttle pressure or constant throttle position, whichever one you want to consider there, and just pop through the gears up and down.
So a little heads up, we've been going for what, 6 kilometers now, and my bike still registers no fuel. But there is 5 liters in here, so this is a 24 liter tank. It's a big tank, but it just shows the size of the reserve tank. Like literally the range says 0.
Indeed, it has a big tank because it is a big motorcycle. At 2.3 litres, it's the biggest capacity commercial motorcycle available. And the newer model is even bigger than this one. That much capacity requires a lot of metal, and therefore it weighs 367 kilograms.
Check, this bike is still proper old school. I mean, it's 2017. I mean, at that stage there were full TFT dashes and rider modes and all of that. Yeah, but this thing didn't need any of that. In fact, look, I mean, look at the dash. It's through 2 round clocks, analog as hell. And if you wanna like go through the settings, there's a button on the side here. There we go. Trip to, time, odometer. This thing is 10,000 kilometers on, barely anything. And there we go, trip. We've done 14.7 kilometers. And according to the fuel gauge, I've still completely run out of fuel. I'm pretty sure that I am by far the most comfortable rider here. I mean, big cushy seat, wide bars, nice stance, big screen in front of me. Well, that big screen is adding a lot of wind resistance, which is not helping my fuel economy, but, you know, at the same time, lots of torque, so fine.
The KTM is obviously not built for economy, but rather carving the bends. Nonetheless, it was doing rather well so far. The parallel twin motor puts out a laudable 114 horsepower and 92 Nm of torque.
So just a little bit of thoughts on this 890 so far. Can I say it again? It's the right bike for this kind of test. It's smooth, it's comfortable at the speed that we're doing, which is the national speed limit, whatever's posted on the particular road. It's comfortable. It's got no windshield. I'm 2 meters tall, 115 odd kilograms, and I'm happy days with this bike. We've probably done about, I don't know, 30 or 40 Ks, I can't really see. The sitting position is very neutral. The power delivery is instantaneous. This parallel twin motor is really, really responsive. These KTM 890s are always flipping great. I started on 2 bars, and we've ridden all the way from Boksburg, Bikeshop Boksburg, to, we're just about to roll into Nigel, out on the very, very, very far East Rand, literally on the outer edges of the East Rand, and haven't used any fuel.
Then there's the little Gixxer 150 with a single-cylindered air-cooled 150cc motor, putting out a comparatively pedestrian but potentially economical 15 horsepower and 14 Nm of torque.
Got to give you a little bit of information on this little Gixxer. It's a cool little motorbike. It's comfortable. You can see I'm a bigger guy, 105 kilos. Got lots of grunt low down, more than enough to handle traffic. And I bet you I'm having more fun than these guys are at low speed, because I'm not overheating at all. The Suzuki's got a 5-speed box, and at 60 k's an hour in 5th gear you're running at 5,000 rpm. It redlines at 9.5. I imagine that I'm going to destroy these oaks. I've got 2 bars of fuel left, and I think that they are leaving bite marks on the seat right now.
Meanwhile,
So over here we're on the more kind of open section. We're now out of town, where the speed limit over here is 100 kilometers per hour. So at 100 kilometers per hour, I am on 8% throttle, top gear at 2,000 RPM. I can assure you, poor Glenn, to do 100 kilometers, I think 100 kilometers per hour is nearly his top speed. He's pretty wide open the throttle, and I suspect on some of the bigger uphills he's going to have to change down from 5th to 4th. But that's a lot of fuel. I mean, it's a little 150cc motor, but that motor is using like maximum capacity of fuel, whereas my big engine is using hardly any of it, actually, hardly any of it. What I'm essentially showing here is what a 2017 Triumph Rocket 3 is able to do while on reserve, while on less than reserve, because this thing's been on reserve since we started. So it's got 5 liters of fuel, but the bike doesn't even register that. As we started off, it said fuel on 0, range is 0, the fuel light is on, my fuel gauge is completely empty. This is all the reserve tank.
On the other side of the spectrum,
Okay, now comes the slog. It's a slight incline. I'm at 90. I'm battling to get to 100 up here. Okay, so we're 5th gear, 7,000 RPM, 7,000 at 100 k's an hour. Let's see what the consumption is like.
Right, now we're up to 100 k's an hour. Now this is where this bike comes into the zone, and Glenn's little 150 is going to start struggling. So 100 k's an hour, 4,000 RPM.
So here we are, we're going through the pretty town of Nigel. Very, very cool, very, very cool. Bike is still going strong.
Beautiful old town. Look at it, nice and clean, nice and tidy. Now this is the joy of riding motorbikes. Just look at that beautiful dam down there. Reeds everywhere. Guys fishing off the side here. Check as we go past. That's a lekker afternoon. All the fishing rods are out. Busy doing a bit of fishing. This is what exploring South Africa on a motorcycle is all about. A nice little cool breeze coming off the water there towards us. Lekker, man.
and as we left Nigel, we made our way into the proper open wilderness. And now the little bike was having problems.
We've left the Republic of Nigel behind us. We're cruising along somewhere in the fields, beautiful part of the world. But I'm having one of those butt-clenching moments. My second bar of fuel has now switched off, and the fuel light is flashing away merrily. So maybe there just might be something to this bigger capacity zero rev story that everyone's been telling me about all day. This is going to be fun.
I've just clocked over 50 kilometers now. That would mean that if I were to run out now, I average 10 kilometers per liter. I'm very glad I didn't run out now, because even, on this big thing, 10 kilometers per liter on any motorcycle is shocking. Absolutely shocking. So yeah, onward. So I'll tell you what makes this a little bit tricky is the fact that I have no indication of how much of my 5 liters of fuel is left. So Glenn and Sean, the 5 liters both registered on their fuel gauges. So they can see when it goes down from a certain level, they can see, oh dear, there goes some of my fuel. With me, the 5 liters didn't even register, so it just shows nothing. So I don't know, do I have 4 liters left, 3 liters left, 2 liters, or is it about to cut out any second now? Who knows? Who knows?
I wasn't the only one stressing.
Right now, Lefty East Gauteng. Welcome to Mpumalanga. And we are probably about 80 odd kilometers into the trip. And okay, we still haven't moved off 2 bars. If we carry on dawdling along at the speed that we are, I probably won't ever move off 2 bars. Oh, I've just had a fuel warning come up. That's interesting. Low fuel warning. That's interesting.
And with that, Sean started playing dirty.
Slipstreaming behind Donovan. Let's take a bit of Donovan's fuel here.
What the hell's Sean doing? He's trying to slipstream me, the bastard. No, swerve, get away, go, no, foot sack.
Shake him. He's trying to shake me.
Of course he's been cheating by rudely following other riders when they don't want to be followed. Who does he think he is? Mark Marquez?
60.9 k's in, flashing like a lunatic, and Donovan is disappearing off into the distance. Sean is miles and miles ahead. I'm getting just a touch nervous now.
So where we are now is, I believe, the lovely town of Balfour. And we have just hit the 80 kilometer mark, which means we are now on 16 kilometers per litre. Not too shabby there, Nigel, not too shabby.
83 kilometers in, we are entering the town of Balfour. Now I know there's a garage here, let's see what the boys do. So on 5 litres, we've each done 83 kilometers. That's not bad. If you consider that the Triumph is a 2.5, the KTM is a 900, and this is a little 150.
With the town of Balfour now behind us, next up, in 40 kilometers, is the fabled town of Hull and the hotel therein. We were getting confident. Success was creeping ever nearer. And then...
I'm getting a little bit worried here. I suspect this thing might be surging a little bit. It's still going, but I'm feeling it kind of stalling. We're on 90 kilo. Oh, there you are, it's stalling. It hasn't run out yet. It's still going, but I can feel the motors going.
But I have noticed that up front, young Donovan seems to be going slower and slower.
We're on 90 kilometers. That's 90 kilometers on reserve, with the range saying 0. I'm going to try and do that. Yeah, let's wash the fuel about. I'm still going.
He's trying to eke out every last little meter that he can. Oh, here we go. Oh.
This thing says speed limit of 120. Ah, there it goes. It's cussing out. Ah, dear. I knew it would be a long shot, but I was kind of hoping I'd win this. Yeah, okay, I gotta admit defeat now. It's still rolling, but it's stalling. It's there it goes. There we go. It's done.
Just ran out. Look at that. How many kilometers done?
92 kilometers. Oh, with on reserve.
Don, good luck. See how you get yourself home from here. We can carry on. We still got fuel, China. Foley, you right in front.
Right. Cheers, Don.
I hate them so much. Truly. Like, I kind of hope they just both catch fire right now.
And with that, it was down to the Suzuki and the KTM.
Don managed to do just less than 100 k's on 5 litres. On a Triumph Rocket, ladies and gentlemen, that is super impressive.
So now the race is really on. Really on. I've never wanted somebody to run out of fuel so much in my life, and now I really want to win. So I'm actually going to be a bit of a dog, and I want to win so badly, I'm actually going to draft. Let him take all the win.
So it's down to Sean and I keep trying to wave him past, but he's like, I hate to say it on TV, but he's like a blue ass fly. I just can't get rid of him. And the problem with the 150, I can't shake him.
He knows I'm drafting. He's going for it now. I'm going to push him to lose.
Sean is slipstreaming as much as he possibly can. I'm in 5th gear, doing 99 k's an hour up a long uphill at 7,000 RPM. The bike's going as fast as it can. It's not revving crazy, but I've got a big 900 KTM and 890 on my ass.
So Glenn is desperately trying to shake me. Desperately trying to shake me.
At this tense moment, our brain started playing tricks on us.
I don't want to be funny, but this bike is starting to surge. I've been trying to get rid of Sean. I'm on 117.2 kilos. I've slowed it right down, but now the bike is surging. Oh, I wonder. Imagine that KTM wins this thing. We are not going to hear the end of it for months.
That is too funny. We're probably both going to make fall. But you can kind of see way off in the distance there.
Right, 125.2. About to overtake a tractor. It's also blue, so it must be good. It's a Suzuki tractor. Yeah, boy. Oh man, you know, I'm going to say this. It's so lack of living in South Africa because we can do stuff like this. The weather's great basically all year round, especially up in Gauteng, and we're in Mpumalanga now. And it's just so beautiful out here. I must just mention, Sean is looking pretty smug in the back there. He's fairly determined that he's going to take this one. I'm not so sure. This little Suzuki's got the heart of a lion, boy. If you consider that I don't think that I'm particularly their target audience. It's built for skinny teenagers and first-time young riders. I've been married far too long. The days of having a streamlined body are long for me.
Oh dear, I'm starting to surge. I'm starting to surge. That bloody Gixxer's going to win. That bloody Gixxer's going to win. No! No! No!
I wonder if what I think has happened has just happened. Sean!
No.
I noticed you slipstreaming me basically the whole way here. I just want to turn this camera to make sure that it gets your ugly mug. What's just happened?
So, despite all my hard work and trying to counteract your cheating by going slower than the speed limit, which I don't think you ever once went over 80 k's an hour on a 120 zone, you still won. You still won.
Foul's just there. Listen, it's only a 200 meter push, so we'll see you there. I'll order. What flavor would you like? Ha ha. So I hate to tell you all this, but the Suzuki is the last man standing. Sean has just been towed in, even though he cheated, he couldn't get it right. The Suzuki has done 134.2 kilometers on a mere 5 liters of fuel.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the last one standing involved. The little Suzuki that could.